Third down and 8 yards to go. The ball is resting up on the 34-yard line. Back to throw goes Group, and he is in trouble. He's going to be brought down by Bruce Desalier. All the way back on the 20-yard line, close to the 20-yard line. There's the goal for the first down. Good snap from center. Jamie gets the kick away. Wind over into the near side of the field, and Marcotte decides to leave it roll. Now it takes a reverse spin, and Bradley will down it for the Trojans at the 43-yard line. In Trojan territory there.
You're a walking commercial for that place, I tell you. Every time we go up to the Copper Country, you got to talk about that.
There's a handoff running with the football in there. Number 45 for the Lake London Lakes. Kurt Rowe. Actually, he's winning.
They could have listened to anything tonight, I think. They didn't need any help getting fired up.
There's a spin, and off to Rowe again. Rowe is running inside the 35. He gets to the 34-yard line. Aaron Ball has him around the ankle and brings him down. And he's down very close to a first down, maybe shy by about a yard or two. There's a spin and a handoff to Rowe, and Rowe is inside the 30, down close to the 30-yard line. He has a first down for the Lakes and a 5-yard scamper. Team on this trip here at Forest Park. Peters with the call. And he gives off to the fullback, Miller. Miller gets about a yard or two, and Jamie Armstrong gets a shoulder in there, as does 82 Jason Davis. Great facility. And there's a attempted handoff, and the ball is botched, and penalty markers are down. Offside indicated against the Trojans.
I figured I'd be fine. I could have had Jerry Huddle sit in for me tonight, but I thought I'd be okay.
Here's Rowe with the football, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Let's see, Mike Thomasek was there, but he didn't make the stop. Let's give credit where credit's due. Number 20, David Anderson. Third down and 5. The ball is on the 25-yard line. Josh Peters missed the handoff. He hit the handoff, but penalty markers go lying down. I think the center was a little, now again, offside on the Trojans. They having trouble staying onside here. The ball penalty gives the Lake London Lakes another first down as they put it on the 20-yard line of the Trojans.
I think you wonder, is it worth the risk?
Here's Will running to the outside. He's at the 15, the 10, and knocked on a bounce at the 10-yard line by Mike Thomasek. Still playing with Wild and Behendon out there. Now at the 10-yard line, Kurt Rowe to the outside. I'm standing by with all that good music right here on WIKV. The ball game is over. Rowe trying to get to the outside, and he's wrapped up. He's football over there. And it's recovered by the Trojans. Well, the Trojans. Our second half score is 7-7, but for the
no, they started out on a good drive, and then Lake London ran over and above and around and through them. But in the second half, they played good.
And Thomasek also about the 12-yard line before being brought down. We'll have our post-game show, all the important stats of the ball game, review the scoring highlights, and the Bobcats will be taking on Cribbins Wolverines. There's a handout to Thomasek. Mike across the 15, and he gets out near the 20, the 21-yard line, and he has a first down. Thomasek on about an 8-yard scamper up across the 20, out to the 22-yard line.
On the road to Camp Randall Stadium.
There's the call by David Group, and the penalty markers are down. And we might be approaching 25 penalties here if we keep this up. How many penalties tonight, Mr. Plow?
Only so far, Leon. We're a long way from
okay.
that. Okay, we got 2, 4.
It seems like we've got a lot here in the fourth quarter.
9.
Oh, only 9. Well, it seems like a lot. Ball game. David Group calling signals. He turns, and he gives off to Jimmy Stream with a big pile up over there near the 18-yard line. Jimmy Stream with the ball carrier for a couple of 100 yards. David Group again calling signals. David going back to throw. There's one out over the middle of the casually incomplete. Knocked away at the last second near the 50-yard line. Ball ball is spotted near the 18-yard line of the Trojans. And David Group gives it to Thomasek. Mike up across the 20 to the 23-yard line to the 25-yard line, and down he goes. And the clock continues to run. That was probably the last play of the game, hopefully, as that's going to do it from Trojan Field. The final score tonight, Lake Linden remains undefeated, 8-0 on the season. The Trojans slipped to 2-6. The final score, 38-7, Lake Linden over Forest Park. Our post-game show will come back here to Trojan Land in 2 minutes on WIKD.
Make dining out a pleasant experience where the menu is varied and the meal is prepared just right. You can be sure that if you...
Steve, this may be the last poll, but there are still plenty of things to be decided on the football field this coming weekend. The final Upper Peninsula Sports Writers and Sportscasters high school football poll is out, and the two teams that have been number one of the Big Five and Little Five most of the season remain on top. First, the Big Five, where Escanaba, receiving 22 first-place votes, came in first. The Eskimos are 7-1. So are the Flivers, who picked up the other 3 first-place tallies. Now on Friday, Kingsford and Escanaba will meet in the final game of the regular season, and it's a big one. As far as the playoffs are concerned, the conference title and the Barber Trophy, they're all on the line. Last year, Kingsford was number one in the final Big Five poll this season. Flashback to November 1st a year ago, the Flivers hosted the Eskimos on a cold and windy day in Dickinson County, and it was Kingsford who prevailed 28-14. What will happen this Friday is anyone's guess. Look for more on the matchup later this week. Getting back to the poll, Ontonagon is third and Ironwood fourth. Both teams are undefeated and will meet head-to-head this Friday in Ironwood. Another huge game. Rounding out the Big Five is St. Ignace at 7-1. Honorable mention notice goes to Gladstone and Westwood. In the Little Five, Coach Ron Warner has done another outstanding job with the Lakes. They're number one, picking up 22 first-place votes. Pickford is second, followed by Engadine, North Dickinson, and Detour. Honorable mention goes to Bark River Harris. I took my knocks in Week 8 of count and 7, coming
close.
fast. And there are some teams on the bubble, Steve, as we enter the final week of the regular season. If they win, they're in. If they lose, they're out. It's that simple. The heat is on for some high school football teams. This being the final week of the regular season, a few clubs have to win to make it into the playoffs. Let's take a look at where UP squads stand. You'll see their rankings, records, and playoff points. Remember, only the top 4 teams from each region will be invited to the playoffs. Best of luck to all